Good evening. This is our ball python, Lyra, and she is being fed tonight. We tried feeding her 2 nights ago and she wouldn't eat, but she was getting ready to shed and actually did shed last night. So we're trying to feed her again today. And as you can see, she's very interested in what we're having to offer her. This is a frozen thawed rat, so it's not alive. This is the 13th rat we've fed her, and all the ones we've fed her have been frozen thawed, and rarely had any problems with it. But as you can see, she is quite interested and finally decides that she is hungry and strikes at it. And when snakes eat a frozen thawed meal, they will follow their instincts and constrict it to make sure it's dead. Especially if you do what I was doing with it, which is kind of zombie walking. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward it here just to speed things up a little bit. If you played around with it, I wound up actually trying to straighten it out using the tongs, and she lost interest in it for a little bit, but she eventually got a hold of it correctly. At first she was trying to bite the side of it and trying to adjust it perpendicular. I adjusted the orientation of the rat with the tongs, and she spent a few minutes getting in and out of her hide, and I thought she had lost interest for a minute, but then she came back out and got it. In hindsight, I probably should have just let her figure it out. But that was sped up about 60 times. This entire process took about 25 minutes, and we're compressing that into a video that's going to be just over 4 minutes. But she does eventually get the head into her mouth. She struggles just a little bit getting the front paws in, but she figures that out eventually, simply by opening her mouth a little wider. But she's a juvenile, and she is probably about 5 or 6 months old. We've had her for 3 months, and she's eaten 13 of these rats so far. This one's 26 grams, which is right around 10 or 12% of her body weight, which is about what the experts recommend. This is called a medium fuzzy rat, I believe. We get them at our local PetSmart. If you feed a live rat to a snake, the snake can get injured. I'm going to speed it up again here. She does take her time trying to figure out how to get the paws in there, but she figures that out. She usually does this. She drags her prey into her hide to eat it, the rest of it. I'm going to slow down the last few seconds of that, taking it with a different camera to get more detail about the last bit of her meal there. But like I said, she likes to go into her hide to finish off her meals. Usually by the time she gets the entire body into her mouth, she has backed into one of her hides and kind of stays there. But you can see she's going to retreat and say goodnight to us here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Put comments in the below if you have any. And thanks again.